It is officially time for Season 2 of the Utah Mammoth franchise. Now, if you missed Season 1 as well as Episode 2, which was the off-season, be sure to go check those out. They're all on a playlist for you for all of your Utah Mammoth franchise needs. But make sure you like the video, subscribe, and let's get right into it. Maybe we can get another solid pick, or maybe sneak into the playoffs. I'm going to go ahead and sim through preseason. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the end of November to see where we're at in the standings and decide where we want to start moving players or what. So here we are. We do start off with a win, which is a very good sign, just to lose in Game 2. And we'll take a look at our draft class here real quick because it is the first one of the year. And it looks like we have Charpentier, who is a medium elite potential, who is a two-way forward. We also have right defenseman Bryson Hall, medium elite potential as well, and he is a defensive defenseman, 6 foot tall, 193 pounds. Could be very much a good choice right there. We did end up keeping our first round pick, so we could be lucky enough to get one of those players. Landon DuPont, Just through October, we are 4-2-1. We're going to continue advancing on through the season and the month of November. And we're currently at 14 points in 4th place. And we keep bouncing back between 2nd and 4th, and then now 6th. And unsure of where we are going to end up, to be completely honest, because we do have some different veterans. So maybe we have a chance at winning a little more and maybe being a little bit more of a solid team. Edmonton is offering a 27 round 2 pick for our 2nd round in Carconi. I don't want to do that because I actually like Carconi as a player. It's okay. We're going to pass for now. So through the first month and a half, 2 months of the season, we are currently sitting at 5th in the Central Division with 25 points. Enough to be in a wild card spot if the playoffs started today. Not too bad. And it does look as if Clayton Keller is leading the team with 17 points and 7 goals, tied in goal department with Brent Burns, which doesn't surprise me with that laser shot that he does have. But they honestly look relatively consistent. And, we have 5 players currently in the double-digit category for points, including Keller at 17, Hayton at 16, 14 for Paterka, 13 for Cooley, and Brent Burns at a cool 10. Goalie-wise, Karel Vejmelka has been in the net 18 times. He's 11-4-3 with a save percentage of .934 and a .223 goals allowed. Then you have James Reimer, who is 0-4, but he's a .925 save and a 2.53 goals allowed. If we go to our skaters, you have Carconi and Korobov, both at 25 points. So he is definitely looking like he could be an absolute stud and in the league at any point. AJ Greer with 21 points. Nadeau at 14. O'Brien, Iginla, and Yamamoto at 13. This team is producing quite a bit down at the Tucson AHL level. And we have just made our first call-up, and that is Korobov, our first overall draft pick in the previous year. And as much as I don't want to put him this high up right away, I'm going to put him on the second line with Brent Burns. Just a little bit of experience there and see what we can do. We still have John Marino and Schmidt together. Our entire defense combination is a little bit rough. And now we sim to January and see where we land. Edmonton is looking to offload 2 second-round picks in the future, 27 and a 28, for our 27 and 28 round 2s and Michael Carconi. It's a negative. Gosh, Carconi is not going anywhere, gentlemen. Kind of been a little bit of an up and down so far with 13, 13, and 3, sitting at right around 5th in the division, which I don't believe is going to be good enough at 31 points as of right now. We just need to turn on the Jets a little bit as we take down the Islanders in a shootout win over Vegas. Then we head up to Nashville and take another overtime win, and we get another trade for Carconi. And as we approach the All-Star Weekend or the Four Nations break, it does appear we are 23, 23, and 3 at 49 points. That is 5 points back from the wild card spot currently. And we got a lot of work to do. But I think we're at that point where we should start to realize we're not going to make the playoffs. And to be honest with you, that means it's probably time to start to part with some of our veterans and players that we know we can offload the salary. And I think we might have to start with Brent Burns. And Brent Burns has kind of cooled off with 22 points, 11 goals, 11 assists. He is doing well defensively with a 7 plus-minus, which is very good for a defenseman. And it looks like Dursey is a 2 at the moment. But we are extremely top-heavy with not a whole lot of help from our D-men here. And that is okay. But we have a lot more players above the 20-point mark, which is exactly what we said we wanted to do after last offseason. Keller with 38, Paterka at 29, as well as Barrett Hayton. Logan Cooley at 28, Taves at 27, Genther 24, Burns at 22, Dursey 22, Krause at 21, McBain at 20. We have a lot of 20-plus point players, but we don't have any solid goal scoring, with Jonathan Taves leading with 12. Colorado is offering us 2 fourth rounds, Columbus a third and a fourth, third and a fourth, a third and a third, a third and a fourth. And to be honest with you, I don't think any of that is bad for a 41-year-old Brent Burns, almost a $6 million contract. But I would rather hold on to him because he's been productive. Jake Bean in the AHL has been doing pretty solid for the guys, and it looks like he can get a second and a third round of the future and some also other second and third round options of the future. I think we're just going to stick with it. He's only 28 years old. We might not make a whole lot of trading happen here. We might actually just shuffle around the roster and see where that goes. Paranovich may end up getting picked up on waivers, but we're going to pull up Jake Bean and see how that goes. I also want to pull up Zuber, get him some experience in the league, see what we can do for him and get him up here. I think that means we're going to end up having to move someone down that we don't really want to risk losing, or we try to get rid of someone like Josh Doan, who's going to hit the waivers. Don't want to do that. Tanev may get picked up, and Kapanen may also get picked up, but I think we need Greer and Carcone up in the big boy roster first. Now we're going to have to go and edit our lines first and foremost. We can leave Jaden Schwartz down there. We will put Carcone in the lineup there, and then we need a right winger, which is where we will put AJ Greer. All right, so we moved the lines around. Karabov and Sergachev on the first pairing, followed by Burns and Bean, the BB line, and then Dursey and Schmitty. And obviously we still have Karel Vejmelka in the net. Offensively, we got to make some changes for our squad. We'll put Tanev in, as well as we need to put Kasperi Kapanen in. We can probably move up a few players, like Liam O'Brien. We'll put him up at the top line with Tanev and Kapanen. And I don't think we're really waiting on anybody else to really show face. I was hoping that we could get Zuber into the big league, but that's not going to happen right now. And we are going to pull up Bieber. And now with the lineup changes, let's go ahead and get to the trade deadline, see where we stand, and then decide if we're going to sell or buy. I think we've already decided we're going to end up selling. 23 and 23 and 3, heading towards the deadline. The New York Rangers have fired head coach Mike Sullivan, and we are getting offers for Carcone again, and we're going to decline. There are a lot of firings going on in the league at the moment, and that is absolutely just terrifying. But now we are at the trade deadline, and we are 100% a seller, as we've barely won any games. I think we've won 4 games since that started. So now we get to sell off a lot of our pieces and continue to get younger. And yes, that means getting players off of our team like Stenlund. 2027 round 2 from Colorado is not bad. I want nothing to do with Jaeger. I think I like this pick selection the most, but I want to see if we can get something better, and we were able to get that with a round 4 instead, end of this year, not the following. So continue to look at the elder players such as Brent Burns. Maybe we can offload him, even though he has been playing really well for us. ultimately we need to stack up some picks of the future, and we can get 2 4th-rounders now, or we can get a 3rd and a 5th from Winnipeg or Colorado and the Islanders. I kind of like being able to have more picks now so we can trade them away. A 2028 round 2 and a 7th from 27 for our 3rd round in 28 and Jonathan Taves. Now, I like this trade. I don't want to get rid of Taves, but if I can get a 1st-round pick, I would be extremely happy. Now, I don't think this is going to happen. I will go ahead and say that right now. I don't think this is going to happen. We'll even make it Pittsburgh 6th and try this trade. It is rejected, but maybe we can get their 2nd out of that without our 7th, and they went ahead and take it. I don't want to get rid of Sean Dursey. He's still a top 4 D-man, 28 years old. Want to continue to grow him. I really do think the next option is Brent Burns, which we were in the middle of making that trade. I think I'm going to see if we can get something better out of Florida for this. Oh, well, they don't have any picks, so that could be why. Can we sell high? We cannot. What if we add a tricky number 7? It is rejected. That is fine. That is fine. Okay, so we get Brent Burns away for a 2nd-round pick next year. 2 years. We're going to have a lot of young talent coming up at the start of this. Lars Eller is another one of those guys, older guys, that we can try to dump off, get some value for. It doesn't look like he's worth a whole lot. Best option we have is a 4th and a 7th. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take Buffalo's 4th and 7th for Lars Eller. Kasperi Kapanen will be coming back up to the NHL. And you probably are wondering why I'm stacking so many picks and getting rid of so much. But to be honest with you, the picks are going to be what allow us to move up in the draft, as well as be a little more persuasive when it comes to off-season trading. Because come off-season 2, which will be in the next episode, which you'll be able to see shortly, we're going to be making some moves and be making some trades and trying to risk it a little bit more in the off-season to try and really make a push. But once again, it all does depend on where we finish this year. All right, everyone's been asking for Brandon Tanev, but now that we want to offer him away, we're not going to be able to get rid of him for what they were originally offering, which means he's going to stay with us. Oh, we have a trade offer coming in. Liam O'Brien and Michael Carcone with our 2028 4th and 6th round for Colorado's 28th round 2 and their 27 round 6. I feel like that is a massive haul, but those are 2 players that are very significant for us, especially Carcone. I don't want to get rid of, but I might have to look into this. If we can somehow sway this into a 1st round, I think Colorado is smarter than that. But even if we get 1 pick out of this, I would be happy. Maybe even throw in a 7th and really persuade this. They are not going to do it, but we might. Oh, man, it's so far out, though. Throwing around 2 next year and see if we can get them for San Jose's 5th right there. They're going to go no on that. So I wonder if we can get a round 6 instead of a 5. I think that's exactly what they overall asked for. Yeah! Which now means Iginla is going to be coming up. So we are going to go with their original proposal, which kind of seems goofy on my end, but little bit of an overhaul here, try to get rid of some age. We're going to be looking for a lot of younger players. Another trade coming in, Kasperi Kapanen, and 2 4th-rounders for 27 2nd and 7th for Kasperi Kapanen. And to be honest with you, I like it. I don't want the 7th. I don't want the 7th. I want their 1st. I want blood. So we are going to trade away Kasperi Kapanen, 27th, 2nd, 4th, and 7th rounder for Los Angeles' 1st rounder of this year. They are a playoff team, but we'll be able to utilize that to get something good. And that means we're also going to have to call up Brandon Tanev. Nobody on this team is safe. That is going to do it for our trade deadline. Now it is time to see where we finish at the end of the season. I have a feeling we're going to be bottom of the barrel yet again, and hopefully we stay there because then maybe we can get some good picks, and hopefully the Kings start to fall off so we can get a good pick out of them, or we'll just trade up with it. And straight out of the trade deadline, we go 1-1-1, only to fall to Anaheim twice in a row. Our draft class is up. We look like we have Landon DuPont as a franchise potential. And I think we have to do whatever we can to get him. And if we cannot, we need to go with the Bryson Hall or the Bernard Charpentier. We almost went 500 in the win-loss column. Last game, we win, and we go 37-35-10 to end the season. And the Tucson Roadrunners are sitting in second place in the Pacific with 89 points. 2 games to go against Calgary. Maybe they can get the 2 wins, and the Firebirds will slack off, and we might end up with first place. The NHL regular season has ended. We are not a playoff team. And we are going to finish, it looks like, with 91 points with a game in hand. So hopefully the Firebirds are going to go ahead and lose that. And they do. So that means we are the first seed in the Pacific Division of the AHL. Starting out the playoffs, we are 1-0. We're going to go ahead and simulate up through the first 3 games, as we always do. This is exciting. It's good experience for the players. We do drop 2 games back-to-back, which means we need a 2-game sweep to advance to the second round, and we lose and drop out of the playoffs with a 1-3 record. Looking at the playoff stats, Ben McCartney got us off and running with 3 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. However, we only got a total of 5 goals in the entire playoff run in 4 games. On the NHL side of things, we did have Clayton Keller and Dylan Guenther with 22 goals apiece. Lawson Krause at 19, Barrett Hayton 16, 14 for Cooley and Paterka. And Keller was almost a point-per-game player with Cooley at 60, Guenther at 52, Hayton and Paterka at 50. Goalies need a little bit more out of them this next season. Vejmelka, 31, 29, and 10. 909 save percentage with a 3.08 goals allowed. Reimer 6-8 after starting 0-4. Does finish with a 913 save percentage and a 2.9 goals allowed. Simming through the playoffs, your Florida Panthers are the Stanley Cup champions with the Rockford Ice Hogs as your Calder Cup champions. Salary cap is going to go up to a max of 113.5. And with finishing 37, 35, and 10, that is an improvement upon year 1. If you missed year 1, make sure you go back and watch it. Now you know what happens in year 2, though. But it's okay. Appreciate you watching the video. If you want more Utah Mammoth franchise, be sure to like the video. Subscribe for more content for daily uploads of NHL 26. And comment down below what you would be doing differently. And if you think my Pick Palooza trades are absolutely bonkers, let me know. And maybe we'll see in off-season number 2 if it was worth it. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.